Hey guys, welcome to another fabulous episode of the Chris and Kadie Show, featuring myself and Miss Katie Lynn. This is episode number 11 already. Golly, where's the time gone?
Yeah.
Yes, we are back to just Katie and I. If you guys were watching last week, we had David Jarvis on here, and golly, that was so much fun. Just putting together today's short that I put out for a sneak peek for that, where we talked about where boogers go because there's no boogers collection. I don't know if you saw the short, but it was
It
so
was
much fun.
loading. I was watching it like in the middle. Like I got on Facebook because I've been running all day and I was like, "Hey, we can go now." And then I was watching it and then you called. So I got like halfway through.
It's a good one. I love it. I do love to get to do what I get to do, but sponsorships, HyperX, thank you so much for sponsoring the program tonight. If you are interested in sponsoring a show, please email us at the Chris and Katie Show at gmail.com. That's the only time I'm ever going to ask for any kind of sponsors or anything like that. It's at the beginning of each show, one time. If you're interested, email. And the email is on your screen as well. I always forget about that I added the email address to the overlay. But yeah, that is like right there above my finger. You guys can see the email address, and you can contact us for any reason through that email address. So just keep that in mind. But sadly, we have to talk about the celebrity slash notable deaths of the week, and there have been quite a few of them. Um,
Yay!
it's been a pretty rotten week. I feel like last week was a little less notable than this
Yeah.
week. This week, holy crap, we have a lot of people, especially for old folks like myself, who have been affected by this week's deaths. So, what I'm going to try to do again is I do not have this set up the same way I did a couple weeks ago, but we are going to try to stream a little bit of this through Discord. So, if you see a
Heck
lot of
yes.
different things going on, it's simply because I'm trying to get Katie involved as well, and then you guys can see out there also. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and get ready for that. I'm going to click the screen, and we will do this. And then I should just be able to switch overlays like that. And then make this big. And then you guys should be able to see what I see. So now we're going to go up here and we're going to talk about the celebrity deaths, of which the first one on our list, and essentially what I do is I just go each day by day and I pull the one or two or three most notable people from that day. The first one is a Mexican singer from the band Menudo, um, Adrian Oliveras, who was 48 years old. And the way we're going to try to do this is like this. And so Adrian Menudo is, it's always weird because I click on Menudo and he's not even listed here.
That's not funny.
There was a lot of past members of Menudo. No wonder why.
They're all dead.
Are they? I hope not.
I don't know. I'm making up shit.
But it's weird. You click on his name and it takes you to the Menudo page. So, like, I'm wanting to see a picture of Adrian Oliveira so I can show you guys out there who he was. So, we're going to do it this way. Um,
Boom.
there's Adrian Oliveira right there. He passed away at 48 years old. I didn't realize there were so many band members of Menudo. That's crazy. Like a
Uh-uh.
lot of them. But
I see
yes,
that. I'm like looking at this picture, like, how many is there?
right. So we're gonna
That's
back out of
five.
there, and next up on our unfortunate list of notable folks is Michael Zulli, who is a 71-year-old American comic book artist, who was known for a couple of comic books, one The Puma Blues and The Sandman. Let's see if there's a picture of him. Michael Zulli.
He
There
looks
isn't.
cool as shit.
He looks like he should be a comic book artist, doesn't he?
He looks like a
Golly.
badass.
He also was did some work on Swamp Thing. Passed away on July 8th at the age of 71. What a job title, penciler. I have never seen that word before.
Penciler?
Penciler, yes.
I like it.
That kind of reminds me of the old pencil battles we used to have in school. I don't know if you guys did those things. That's what
Yes.
when I hear penciler, that's what I think. Um, let's see here. Next up, we move to July 9th, and this is the one that kind of affected me the most this week, just because a lot of my friends were friends with him. I've never met him. This is Joe Bonsall. He was the lead vocalist of the Oak Ridge Boys, passed away on July 9th at the age of 76. Um, uber talented vocalist, known
Mhm.
for Elvira and all kinds of other songs. Um, and I know that last week with the Oak Ridge Boys, William Lee Golden's son Rusty passed away. So and
Yeah.
I think one of their wives passed away recently too. So they've really been hit hard the last couple of weeks. I want to say Dwayne Allen's wife passed away as well. I think it was Dwayne Allen's wife, William Lee Golden's son, and then Joe Bonsall himself all
Holy
passed away
shit.
within a couple of weeks. Yeah, pretty sure. But anyway, Bonsall died from complications from ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, which is a
That's sad.
horrible affliction. We moved to July 10th, and Joe Engel passed away on July 10th. I'm going to get you guys up on the screen for him. He was an American astronaut, um, best known for his STS missions, probably. Originally from Chapman, Kansas. He passed away at the age of 91. Joe Engel, 91 years old.
Damn.
I'm not sure how he died. I don't think I have that listed. I do not. But also on the same day as Joe Engel, singer songwriter, amazingly talented person, Dave Loggins, passed away on July 10th, I guess. Um, Best known probably for the song "Please Come to Boston." This was another one that, along with Joe Bonsall, really affected me quite a bit because Dave Loggins was a phenomenal songwriter. And so many songs he had that you guys wouldn't even know that he wrote because other people did them. But Dave Loggins is gone. Did you have any experience with Dave Loggins, Katie?
I don't. I don't.
So you're not familiar with his music at all?
I mean, I know what you. I was trying to read, and I know that song.
Yeah. Please come to Boston for the springtime, or something like that. But anyway, Shelley Duvall also
Spring's
passed
over, so
away.
I'll see you next year.
Right. But yeah, Shelley Duvall also passed away on July 11th. Now, Shelley Duvall was originally from Texas, born in Texas, died in Texas, but best known probably for The Shining. Go ahead, Katie.
That was. This is the one. Not the one. That's awful to say, but this is awful. I love her. She's such a great actress in The Shining. About it.
Yeah, and I remember her mostly from Olive Oil. She was Olive Oil to me because she played in
Mm-hmm.
the action film Popeye with Robin Williams. So she was always Olive Oil. So for me, Olive Oil has
Yeah.
passed away, and she was a ridiculously talented um, actress, and also very well known. She was with Paul Simon for 3 years in the
Yep.
'70s. Um, so yeah, her what a talented couple that had to have been. July
Heck
11th
yeah.
also found the end for Monty Kiffin, who was an American football coach, best known for coaching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is what I remember. And he's also a member of their Ring of Honor, and I'm pretty sure he led the Buccaneers to a world championship, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. He did, yes. He beat Oakland in Super Bowl 37.
Nice.
My memory is good sometimes. Let's go. July 12th is when we start getting some tough names to pronounce.
You
And
got it. I believe in you.
the first one, now I added this person because at the time that the 12th was occurring, nobody more famous than him had passed away, but then it was announced the next day that somebody who is more famous than him passed away on the same day, but we'll get to that. His name was Jibril Isa Diso. He was a Nigerian academic from Kano State, the country's first blind professor. He also served as an advisor of the governor of Kano State. Jibril, a Nigerian academic, passed away at the age of 69 on July 12th. And then
Damn, blind. That's pretty dope.
The bigger name of that day was Dr. Ruth Westheimer, who golly, when I was growing up, there had to be so many jokes about her. There was so many jokes, Dr. Ruth jokes. But yeah, she was a quote-unquote sex therapist, probably the world's most notable sex therapist, and everybody tried to mimic her voice when I was a kid. Dr. Ruth, that's how we know her, is Dr. Ruth Westheimer, passed away 96 years old in New York, originally from Germany. Had the very, very thick German accent. Do you know anything of Dr. Ruth, Katie?
Like in the deepest crevice in my brain, yes.
Okay. So you probably just heard like your family mention her in passing or something.
No, I think like when I was younger, maybe, but
yeah. So we had a couple of things happen on the 13th. We're not going to talk about the major thing that happened on the 13th just because we're just not, right? We're just not. So we won't be mentioning this person's name at all, but we will be talking about Richard Simmons. Now, Richard Simmons, to me, Richard Simmons was part of probably the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, first of all. And I've been thinking about playing it here on the show. And so we'll think about that for a minute while we talk about Richard Simmons. But Richard Simmons was an American fitness personality and public figure. And unfortunately, he kind of disappeared from the limelight for the last, 20 years or so. But golly, such a talented dude. Katie, are you aware of his appearance on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I feel like I've seen his face, but I have no idea.
Oh my God! So he was homosexual and very, very flamboyant and just very flamboyant. I love Richard Simmons so much. So you haven't seen this, so that means this is going to be fresh for Katie. This is going to be completely fresh. I can't wait, and I hope we don't get copyrighted for this. If we do, it'll be frickin' worth it. I promise.
Yeah.
Because this right here is funny as hell. This is going to be 6.5 minutes, y'all. Okay? But if you haven't seen this, you're about to die. Here we go.
This is for Ryan. Let's continue the show with a game called, I love this game, Living Scenery. This is for Ryan, Colin, and Wayne. And Richard Simmons, everybody. Richard Simmons.
Thanks for making me come back.
Sure. Richard Simmons. Living Scenery. Now,
This is my favorite game. How about you all?
suddenly it's my favorite game too, all of a sudden.
Thanks, Mr. Carey.
Call me Drew. This game. Ryan and Colin Ryan and Colin are going to act out a scene, and during the scene, they have to use a number of props. However, since they don't have any real props to work with
I'll
tonight...
be the prop.
Right, Wayne and Richard. Wayne and Richard Simmons are going to stand and become the props.
I'll be all the props for these men.
Hey, Drew.
Man, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that, huh? Colin, there's a scene. I can't wait. On a luxury cruise liner, a couple makes the most of a day of sunbathing, water sports, and entertainment. Take it away, Ryan and Colin.
This is the most romantic trip we've ever been on.
Yeah, me too.
Being your wife.
Yes, honey. Hey, why don't we look at the scenery through the little telescopes they have
All
here?
right.
Look, there's an island over there.
An island?
Yeah. This one wants more coins. Okay. Honey, come on.
I saw something funny.
Did you?
Yes.
What can we do? Hey, why don't we get out the deck chairs?
All righty.
You get the shiny one.
Okay. This one's wet. Gotta dry it off.
You know what?
What?
Well, you know what? Why don't we,
Jet ski. I'd love to.
My cheekbones hurt.
He's smoking a cigarette, bro. He's like, that was fun.
Wow.
okay. Hey, we're on a tropical island.
It was really rough out there.
Believe me,
How did we end up on this island?
I don't know. You
Honey, please climb that tree and get me a coconut.
This tree fell down.
Wow, so many.
There's also many. This is the bet. What?
We have to build a house or a raft to get off this island.
We're not using the jet
They're
skis?
broken now.
Okay.
You know how you build a good raft?
Oh, good. Yeah,
You put pieces of bamboo together.
you're right.
There we go. Lay them down on the ground so we can get them tied together. It's got to be tighter. Tighter. It's got to be tighter. Tighter.
Oh, wow.
Oh, for heaven's sake. It's a long trip.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Richard.
Oh.
So worth it.
My
Oh my
cheekbones
gosh.
hurt.
It's legitimately one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. I laugh every time I see it, dude. It's so funny.
My
But
cheeks
yeah,
don't hurt like a
I'm
motherfucker.
telling you, dude, that whole episode is amazing. You guys need to go check it out. But yeah, sadly, Richard Simmons is no longer with us, and honestly, he's not been with us for a long time. He really left public life a long time ago, sadly.
Yeah.
And anyway, next up on the same day, and this was kind of the again like kind of the three. There was Dr. Ruth and Richard Simmons, and then Shannon Doherty, all on the same day, were announced. And Shannon Doherty is somebody that I've actually met in my life, and I will tell that story here in a minute. But she was a 53-year-old American actress, best known for the shows Charmed and Beverly Hills 90210. Obviously announced over a year ago that she was that she had stage 4 cancer, breast cancer, I believe, and so we've known for a while that she was not doing well, and unfortunately she has lost her battle with cancer as of July 13th, only 53 years old. And so yeah, I was familiar or friendly with Mark Wahlberg when I was a kid. Mark was a couple of grades ahead of me in my local area. And when he was doing his Funky Bunch stuff, when he was essentially a rapper, he was actually dating Shannon Doherty, and I met her at one of his parties. He had an after show party or something like that, and she was there. And she did not make the best impression, let's just put it that way. But that was a really long time ago, and we were really young, so... But yeah, definitely did not make the best impression. And she was like super famous at the time too, so like everybody was kind of on eggshells around her also. But yeah, sadly she is no longer here. Shannon Maria Doherty, aged 53. Yeah. Cancer sucks, man.
Yeah.
July 14th was a really horrible day for young folks. That were somewhat notable. The first of which was an American football player, Super Bowl champion Jacoby Jones, passed away at the age of 40. He was probably best known for his time with the Baltimore Ravens, who won the Super Bowl when he was with them. Wide receiver, and strangely enough, he passed away peacefully. I say quote unquote peacefully because that's what his family said. Peacefully at his home at 40 years old. So did a little digging, and apparently he passed away just in his sleep. He went to bed and never woke up. So
What the fuck?
yeah, 40 years old. So I would imagine it had to be something like maybe a heart attack or a stroke or an aneurysm
Maybe
or
like,
something.
I don't know, like respiratory issues?
I don't know.
That's the only thing.
You would think that would have been known beforehand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You would think they would say something that was that big, though.
But yeah, that was Jacoby Jones, and he was a hell of a player. And from what I can tell, I know this happens a lot when somebody notable dies. But there was nobody saying a bad thing about this guy. There were so many people who were testifying or being a testimony towards his character, which I always love to see. Especially in the world of sports, people can be so ugly. This is one that I added to the list today that I noticed. I do not know who this person is, but Bella Thompson, who was a 10-year-old TikToker from Canada, has passed away. I don't know anything about this. I saw it and I was like, we have to add it. And we're actually going to do we'll do our homework now and see who she was and what the story is behind this. Her TikTok's Bella Brave has passed away. Apparently she was a cancer patient. Let's see here.
No.
Here she is.
She looks so sweet.
10-year-old girl from Swift Current, Saskatchewan, who attracted millions of followers while sharing her health story online, has died. So she was essentially, it looks like she was, I recognize that. I recognize her, yeah.
I think so too, yeah.
Yep, I recognize her. Well, that is sad because I do believe I'm one of the followers that was following. That sucks, man. 10 years old. I know her life, if it's the one that I was thinking, that I'm thinking about, her life was essentially just doctors and hospitals from the time she was real little.
Yeah.
And she's also the one that made headlines, I believe, for meeting Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds actually went up there and met her. And
yeah, I think you're right on that.
Yep. Anyway, last one on the list. This is one from today, July 15th, as we record. This is Jacques Boudet. I know my pronunciation is on fire. You don't have to tell me.
I know, man.
Jacques Boudet was a French stage and screen actor, had great success in the 80s with his appearance and exercises in style, and was featured in the film The Names of Love. Passed away on July 15th in Montpellier, France, at age 89. It's probably Pellier, actually. It's not spelled the same way as the town in Vermont. Strange. But yeah. Jacques Boudet is the last notable person on our list from this week. It was a rough week for well-known people, sadly. Yeah. Again, just to wrap up, Joe Bonsall, lead singer of the Oak Ridge Boys, Dave Loggins, amazing singer-songwriter, Shelley Duvall from The Shining, Monty Kiffin, Super Bowl champion coach, Dr. Ruth, Richard Simmons, Shannon Doherty, Jacoby Jones. A lot of uber-famous people this week. Yeah. Sad to say. So hopefully we won't get copywritten for that Richard Simmons clip. But I felt like for those who are younger now, like Katie, who may not know who Richard Simmons was, he was just that funny all the time. Like he was just ridiculously funny. But Katie, did you know that before the invention of modern false teeth, that we, and when I say we, I mean humans, would make dentures from the teeth of our dead soldiers?
No kidding.
This is actually a true story. That we would literally have other people's teeth in our mouth.
That makes me want to rip my teeth out.
It is also true. Go ahead.
I said my new teeth, man. Now I got like PTSD or some shit.
Well, it is also true that in ancient Egypt, servants were smeared with honey so that the flies and other insects would flock to them instead of to the pharaoh.
First of all. Second of all, what? Do what?
So I'm curious what the application process is for this job. You know what I mean?
For why? Oh, okay. I read that earlier, and I read that so stupid.
No, it's just so the leader wouldn't have the flies and stuff on him or her.
Yeah.
I do have to say her because I do believe they had female pharaohs back then, so could be he or her. And did you know that also, last one for the Did You Know this week, Henry VIII, who was a substantially nice, not human being.
Yeah, he was just a grand guy.
Yeah, he was a grand guy. He knighted all 4 of his quote-unquote grooms of the stool. That's what he called them. These 4 people who he knighted were in charge of wiping his butt for him. And they were called the grooms of the stool. And they were all knighted, so everybody had to call them sir.
So wipe my ass with him. How about that shit?
They all got titles of sir for simply being a amazing ass wiper.
You know what? I kind of get behind that.
Oh, the levels of elitism they had back then, right?
What the fuck, man?
I'm sorry, dude. I am not trusting somebody else with that part of my anatomy. Absolutely not.
Nah. You don't know what people gonna do shit.
Exactly. All right, so we're going to play a game. I say we, but it's probably going to be me, to be fair. Right? It's most
gonna end up
likely.
Being me. I got a feeling.
It's never you. It's never, ever you. All right.
I got a peaceful, easy feeling.
So we're going to go back to three screens. Like so. Just make sure that we're good to go here.
Get my sticky notes.
All right, so here is our first wheel. And this wheel has Katie and Boston on it. And I don't know where to spin it to where it won't go on me. So I'm just... I've spun it from so many different spots, and it's still sticking to me. So, whatever. But we're going to try it anyway. Here we go. Spin. Stop! Stop! Stop!
Told you.
God damn it. Oh. Fine. All right, now we'll pick the game. This is so rigged, y'all. This is so rigged. All right, we got Think About It again. And Think About It, just to let everybody know, Think About It is a topic is given, and then we must turn it into a conspiracy theory. So Katie and I both get to play this week. That makes me feel a little better.
Yeah.
All right, so here are our topics. We're going to spin it. And this week's topic is cartoons. Cartoons. Oh my gosh, man. I'm so like drawing blanks now because I have to do this every single week.
Okay, so
You start it.
the only thing I have is kind of basic.
Okay, so how are cartoons a conspiracy theory? How are they getting to us through the cartoons? I feel like maybe there's like some subliminal messaging, maybe.
They're brainwashing the children with sound waves and shit.
Well, you think about this, right? Think about it. Just real close. Like if you remember Warner Brothers cartoons
Yeah.
were literally the most violent show I've ever seen as a kid. Like we had, rabbits dressing up in drag. We had rednecks trying to shoot ducks and bunnies and everything like that, and always failing. And then what's the crazy ass mental health conditions that Elmer had? Like he wanted to kill everything, and then when he finally succeeded, he got really uber sad about it. Like this is like, or the crackhead Daffy Duck, like, or the stuttering bird. Like what is wrong with all this?
Dude,
Like,
and even like Winnie the Pooh, like the classics, Eeyore wanted to kill himself, okay?
yeah, I'm telling you, it's like these cartoons are out for our kids, man. We have to be more careful about this.
We gotta protect the children.
Hashtag leave the kids alone, right?
Yeah.
Come on now, stop it with the Bugs Bunny stuff. No, seriously though, the cartoons are out to get us. And now, today, like they're remaking all these cartoons into live action movies. So now we don't even know what's real and what isn't.
Shit. Man, and they remaking all these old, like they picking up the old cartoons.
I know.
And then they're remaking them now. What are you putting in it?
Yeah. And
what's
like,
the difference? What's happening?
Doing all kinds of crazy things like, allowing different races and stuff into the cartoons. Like, that's crazy.
I know. The fuck is wrong with people?
I don't know. I'm sorry, but I think Bugs Bunny should always be a bunny. That's ridiculous that sometimes he's a woman.
I agree.
Yeah. It's bullshit. Do something about that.
Fucking piece of shit. Burn in hell.
Well, how about the relationship between Foghorn Leghorn and the Chicken Hawk? Like, that's a really unhealthy relationship that we shouldn't be importing onto our children.
I know. Fucking kids, man. That's why the kill rate is so high within young kids, and that's why there's school shootings.
That's true. Absolutely. Boycott cartoons. All that shit will go away. Absolutely. I'm sorry. That's what I believe. It's really not. Anywho, where are we at? Let's stay on.
That got kind of dark.
It did. I was like, where are we going with this? So, top 5. We've added a new segment recently, and I'm really enjoying it, and I think Katie is as well. But it allows for us to kind of espouse our our opinions on stuff without stepping on each other, because our top 5 is almost always going to be different, which I love. Although the pizza was pretty close. But this week,
Yeah.
we are talking about our top 5 countries that we would like to visit before we jump off of
Croak.
the spinning rock. Yes.
Or we croak.
So we will start at number 5. I have not put mine in order at all, so I'm just going to be pulling shit out of my ass right here.
I actually did. Usually it's the other way around.
It really is. Truly it is. So at number 5, I think I'm going to put Japan at number 5.
Okay.
And the major reason why I have Japan at number 5 is because I have a really close friend that lives in Japan, and I would love to meet him. So that is one of the major reasons, and it just looks like a phenomenal place to visit, for real.
Absolutely.
Like, not just like the cities, but like the mountains out there, and the shoreline.
The culture.
Yeah, the culture is a major reason. Yeah. Plus, I love Japanese food, so like all of those things encompass why it's in my top 5. But what is number 5 for you, Katie?
Australia.
Okay, why?
It would be higher on my list, but they got some whack ass shit out there, man. I can't be fucking with no 10-foot spider. What the hell? Like, I ain't doing all that, bro. But yeah, I would still love to go. So Australia is my number 5.
So Australia is on my list, but we'll get to it. It's higher up on my list than for you. But for number 4, I'm probably going to put the Netherlands, and I'm going to explain why. I'm putting the Netherlands because, not just because I want to go to the Netherlands and check it out. It looks amazing. Otherwise known as Holland, by the way. It's just every picture I ever see of that area just looks fantastic, right? But also, there's a lot of other countries close by that I could visit while I'm visiting there, like Denmark and France and Spain and all of those places. So that's why I got Netherlands number 4. And a lot of people out there are going to be like, no, you just want to go to Amsterdam. And that's not why. It's not why.
Well, that's not on my list. Anyway. Number 4 for me is Germany. I would love to go to Germany. Okay. Germany kind of scares me, mildly. But I would love to go there and see, like, all the historic shit. And Germany, I mean, I don't know how easy it is to move to a different country while staying there and leaving Germany. I don't know how that works. They let you leave once you're there.
I think it's very similar. I think it depends on if they're in the European Union or not. If I'm remembering correctly.
But regardless... I think it's cool. I would like to go just for history reasons.
I think travel between countries that are part of the European Union is fairly superfluous. Like, you can get through very easily. Superfluous. Yeah. Superfluous is how you pronounce that word. But yeah, so like if you want to go from Germany to Denmark, you can. If you want to go to it just as long as they're in the EU. Let's see. For number 3. I'm probably putting Ireland as number 3. Again, just because all the pictures I see are absolutely gorgeous. And again, same reason I could visit UK, I could visit Wales, and all the other places that are close by.
My number 3 is Japan.
Okay.
Mine was higher up on the list. I think it's so damn cool. You see pictures, it's just like... It's unlike any other place you've been. Right. It's like its own little world.
It does look very cool. It does look cool. And then, like I said, man, you see pictures from the rural parts of Japan, and they're equally as gorgeous. It's just like, man, I love it out there. It just looks amazing. And I never really ever hear bad things either,
And they just have beautiful, like, structures and shit. Mm-hmm. Like, everything is just gorgeous.
The architecture,
all the way around. Yeah.
Definitely. If I that's probably the first place I would go, even though it is the 5th on my list. But second on my list, I'm really struggling where to put them. I'm going to put Australia here. Now, 10 years ago, Australia probably would have been my number 1. And the reason why I love Australia is for the reasons why Katie had hers down low, is partly why I have mine up high. And that's because of all the cool shit out there that can kill you. You know, the snakes and the scorpions and the sharks and the jellyfish and the
I'm
crocodiles.
about all of that except the spiders and scorpions. And that's gonna creep up on you. That's gonna happen. And that's a no thanks for me. So that's
Right.
why it's
But again, just pictures that I've seen of the area, it just looks amazing. And every time I see a picture of a friend of mine that's visited Australia, they always look so happy. So dang it.
yeah.
And plus, I could visit New Zealand from there too, which is another place that I would absolutely love to go.
Also, it's hot as fuck there. I can barely survive here. Okay? That's
Well,
another reason.
it depends. It depends. It's a fairly big country, so like depending on what time of
Yeah.
year you go, it's going to be very similar to here. You know, like the further north you go or the further south, that would be
Yeah.
further. The further south you go, the colder it would be. It would be the opposite
Yeah.
of here. But what do you have at number 2?
Ireland at number 2. I have a big influence. My sister went. So I saw pictures and I've always wanted to, but then that was like, why didn't you
Right.
take me with you, bitch?
You
But-
said Ireland, right?
Yeah, Ireland. I think it's just a gorgeous place. I think it'd be so awesome to be out there. Like their freaking castles and shit. Hell yeah. Fuck it up.
So my number 1 is Iceland, and this is an easy one for me because like the people in Iceland are so neutral on everything. They're like middle of the road. Everything's beautiful there. It's super easy to live there from what I can tell. And I can tell you if I ever visited Iceland, I probably would never leave. That's probably the only place on the planet where I would go and not come back.
So mine is kind of similar. Like
Okay.
similar kind of vibe. Switzerland, specifically like the Swiss Alps.
Nice.
I always wanted to go to the Swiss Alps. I've thought about that since I was a little kid. Like I saw pictures and I was like, and just the little villages that it's just so fucking bad. Like in the Alps, and that's a place if I went, I would never come back.
It's going to
Easy.
be cold as shit there. And even if you don't like it, you could still love it there because at least the flag is a huge plus. So it's literally a plus sign. Never mind. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm fucking done with you, man. I'm done. You ready to cut it off?
All right, Katie. First topic of the week is your domain. Tell us about the first one we have listed here.
Okay, I saw this and I didn't believe it, and then I was confused. Okay. Y'all all remember Happy Gilmore? You know, Adam Sandler, the whole, I want to be a hockey player, but great golfer. They're making number 2, bro. Number 2, and Netflix is doing it. So I'm sorry for all the people that don't have Netflix. You're not going to get to enjoy. But you could just subscribe for like a month or so. Watch it and get the fuck out.
Wow,
But
you
anyway,
are giving away secrets here, Katie. Don't be telling people they can get something for a month and then get rid of it after they've watched everything. How are we going to get freaking like sponsorships from Netflix when we finally get more than 14 viewers?
rewind that and cut it out.
No, but for real, like anybody who is an Adam Sandler fan at this point should already know that they're going to need Netflix because like his production company is partnered with Netflix. Hello. So
Also, off topic, Adam Sandler, that is not new, but like came out this year, Spaceman with him in it. That's fucking nuts.
I haven't seen it. I'll have to check it out.
You need to watch it. I love it. It's like no other Adam Sandler shit you've ever seen in your life. You've never seen that mofo be serious for a whole movie.
So basically, again, Katie and I, what Katie said was I didn't believe it at first, and I didn't either because they've been announcing this for literally probably, 5 years at least. And every time it's been a hoax. But it is actually confirmed this time that
Happy Gilmore 2?
That Netflix has officially ordered a sequel to Happy Gilmore. The streaming service announced at its upfront presentation to advertisers on Wednesday that it was moving forward with Happy Gilmore 2, with Adam Sandler on board to reprise his role as the titular rage golfer. That's right. And from what I understand, most of the folks that were part of it the first time will be back. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I was reading that too. I didn't know it came out in 1996.
I know.
The original one.
Crazy.
I didn't realize that.
28 years. We don't have to talk about that though. So we're not all getting
Holy
old.
shit! What?
Yeah.
That sounds okay. That's okay. I was born in 2003. Okay, so like that seems like a while ago, but it was so close to the end of the 90s. You know, mildly. So
Yeah.
like it feels like, oh, that wasn't that long ago. 28? What? Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't get it. Anyway, on to the next topic. The actor Alec Baldwin's what was it? Involuntary manslaughter charge was dismissed because of suppressed evidence. And this is kind of a dirty thing that's happened here. That I wanted to talk about a little bit. But anyway, the involuntary manslaughter charge against Alec Baldwin in the 2021 shooting death of Rust cinematographer Helena Hutchins has been abruptly dismissed on the grounds that prosecutors and law enforcement withheld evidence that might have been favorable to the actor's defense.
I had no idea any of this shit was going on.
Yeah.
This is nuts. Mm-hmm. This is nuts. Like, this is like...
Do you know what happened to start all of this, Katie?
I read the whole article.
Okay. So essentially what happened, just to let people know out there, if I remember correctly, is during a filming scene for the movie Rust, he pointed a prop gun, what he thought was a prop gun, at the camera and pulled the trigger. And the person using the camera was shot and killed. There was live ammunition in this prop gun. So different procedures and things were called into question on why this happened, how come there was no checks and balances, all of those things. And somehow or another, at the end of the day, they decided that there was enough there to charge Alec Baldwin with a crime, which to me just seems ridiculous.
Absolutely. Whoever put that gun there, whoever was in charge of that gun should be the one.
So essentially what prosecutors were saying in the case is they believe that by him pointing the gun at the camera and pulling the trigger, that proves that, well, not intention, but negligence. So with an involuntary manslaughter charge, the involuntary means that you weren't intending damage. It just simply means that the state has to prove negligence. And if you can't, then there's no involuntary manslaughter charge. It's all about that word, negligence. And I don't see how somebody could be held negligent if they're not the one in charge of the prop gun. Now, mind you, Alec Baldwin was not just the star of this movie, but he was also part of the production team for the movie. I don't know if he was a producer or a director. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, the case has been dismissed. And the judge, who was she's a first judicial district judge named Mary Marlowe Summer, handed down what people call her surprise ruling on the third day of the trial. The judge dismissed the charge Friday afternoon with prejudice, meaning prosecutors cannot refile the same claim. Okay, that's very important to understand. Without prejudice, if a judge says without prejudice, that means new charges can be filed for the same crime. Whenever you hear the term with prejudice, it means that's done. It's over. You cannot charge him anymore, period. So in order for them to charge him with a crime for this event, they would have to charge him with something different. Then they can't charge him involuntary manslaughter again. Anyway, Baldwin sobbed into his hands as the judge read out her order, with wife Hilaria Baldwin, sister Elizabeth Kickler, and brother Stephen Baldwin leaning forward in their seats behind him. Now, earlier in the day, the judge made the unusual move of excusing the jury for the day so the court could consider the merits of Baldwin's latest motion to dismiss the case, which was filed Thursday evening. I really want to get into the concealment of this because I think there should be more charges here against the state somehow. I don't know how they'll do it, Baldwin's lawyers alleged in their filing that Santa Fe sheriffs and state prosecutors, quote unquote, concealed from Baldwin evidence that could be linked to the source of the bullet that killed Hutchins. Prosecutors and sheriffs argued that the evidence had no relevance or value to Baldwin's case. And so essentially what happens is they say it's not relevant. And if they determine, they being the state, that it's not relevant, they think they can decide whether or not the defense can see it too. If they deem it's not relevant, then it's not relevant according to them. But that's not the way law works. Law works in if there's evidence, both sides get to see the evidence. If both sides don't have access to that, that's called a mistrial. That's all grounds for that shit. So, basically, the defense and the prosecution do not have the right to determine what is relevant evidence and what isn't. Only the judge has that right. And in this case, the judge has essentially, she has essentially determined that that evidence could have been relevant. And that's all they need is could have been relevant, right? You can't withhold that from the jury.
Nope.
But let's see here. Of course, there'll probably be appeals and all of those things as well, but chances are very good that this is going to uphold. This will be upheld. And then something has to happen to these prosecutors, in my opinion, because that's a big no-no when you're trying to withhold evidence that you think is not relevant. What say you, Katie?
Man, this whole thing is just fucked up. But I don't think, regardless of him pointing the gun, pulling the trigger, I don't think in any way he should have been charged. I'm sorry. It was probably just his fucking gun sitting on a table. He picked it up, fucking around, and boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was probably just no thing. I would have done that. Because I like to fuck around and find out. Not like that. But, like, I just mess around. I'm a goofy motherfucker. And I would have done something like that. And I can't imagine how mortified he must have been.
And honestly, I can't imagine. Yeah, I can't imagine the feeling in the room when it happened. Like, what the hell? You know, what? But to me... Go ahead.
That's like shooting point blank at somebody. Like, it's not like... I'm sure it felt like more like he was responsible more than like what he really is. You know what I mean?
And in this day and age of CGI, I know when this first came out, my initial impression was, man, why in the 21st century, 2024, are we still allowing these kind of safety lapses to happen when we have CGI? We have AI for this shit now. Like, very simple for somebody to just create that feel without actually putting a gun into an actor's hand. It's not that difficult. Like, I see teenagers doing it with Photoshop every single day on TikTok. You can't tell me.
That.
Yeah.
A prop gun is a prop gun. Make a fucking prop gun. Don't have a real damn gun. Are you stupid?
Because then you're putting your entire life into somebody else's hands again, and that's a lot of trust. You could have an
actor that just flips shit one day.
Yep. You just never know. You just never know. And just not only that, but, you know, you're keeping long hours in that business as well. So it's very easy for shit to get overlooked a little bit, I think. Katie, move on to the next one if you want to read a little bit about the third topic that we have there on the list.
Okay. So we're going to be talking about Duchess Kate. Her health is deteriorating, and she has cancer. And she's missing a lot of key royal events. The Kensington Palace has issued an urgent statement leading to significant disappointment in the British Isles. Due to a health issue, Duchess Kate will once again be unable to fulfill the wishes of the British people. She's battling cancer, and she has limited her public appearances to meet a minimum. She was last seen at the state ceremony for King Charles III's birthday, and that was several weeks ago. And it appears that she won't be attending any upcoming events. last year, her and her husband attended a charity polo match where she handed out awards. Um, but she's not been doing that again, I guess, this year.
I
And
find this interesting. The reason why I wanted to put this as a topic this week is not necessarily the cancer, because that's obviously been in the news a lot, but I wanted to
yeah,
talk about the absolute hysteria that the British people have over the royal family. There are so many conspiracy theories surrounding Princess Kate, Duchess Kate, whatever you want to call her, whichever title. But because they are so private and they keep things out of the news, because they have to. Hello, look at Princess Di and what happened to her. Because of that, there's an unknown factor anytime somebody stops being in the public eye, and they just automatically assume. Like, there's a lot of people out there who believe she's not living right now. Like, she's gone. She's dead, and they're just covering for her. Like, there's people that believe this in the UK.
I mean,
And honestly, yeah, that look is exactly it. Like, it's possible. That is absolutely possible. Based
and
on...
it's not too crazy to think about.
No, it really isn't. Based on prior experience.
And at least covering it up until you can figure out how to announce it or some shit. Like, that's easy.
Right.
And then, like, then you can go to foul play, all that kind of other shit. But
right, and of course there have been a couple of videos, or a video recently, that people were trying to debunk was actually her, or when it was filmed, how it was filmed. Like, I went down all that rabbit hole. That was before we started doing this show. But the first time I saw something about Princess Kate, I was like, okay, we're talking about this.
I have no idea. Like, that was any of this shit.
Well, the thing is, right, when you start talking about cancer, right, I feel like we people have been almost desensitized to cancer for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's so prevalent. We hear about it every single day. Every one of us knows somebody who passed away from cancer. But the thing is every single one of us also knows somebody who has survived cancer, and easily, might I add, right? So it's kind of that double-edged sword. Like, when I hear cancer, my stomach drops because I don't know which one, right? Is this a bad one? Is this a good one? Is this a, not necessarily a good one, there is no good cancer, but like one that is less bad, that's easy to survive. So when they say, oh, Princess Kate has cancer, King Charles has cancer, which they both do, I've heard no kind of specificity on the type of cancer. And I think if they just came out with that information alone, that could qualm a lot of fears, or even dispel some of them, you know?
See, and I saw a picture of her at King Charles III's birthday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't look like... I mean, she easily could have been, like, had a bunch of makeup on, been, like, really covered up, but she didn't appear to be, like, sick. You know what I mean?
Right.
She didn't appear to be, like, going through, like...
Well, needless to say, I hope that she's okay. I find the British royal family very intriguing. I've always followed
I
the
agree
stories.
On that.
You know, it's always a lot of fun. And I think the reason why I find them so intriguing is because of how much the British people lose their shit over the royal family. And, like, I mean, the royal family really doesn't have much sway over their day-to-day life anymore, really, you know?
I find it so strange. Well, I mean, being an American, that there's literally a royal family in 2024 that, like, rules. Mm-hmm. Like, what?
There's a lot of them. So the UK royal family really doesn't rule per se. It's kind of a... It is a theocracy in a way, but like there's a lot. They've really been neutered quite a bit, since probably the 40s. But yeah, there are still monarchies all over the place on just about every continent. Still, I think North America might be the only one that doesn't have a monarchy. Maybe South America too. I know Africa does. I know Europe does. I know Asia does. And I know that Oceania does too. So maybe just North and South America. Shoot, our hemisphere might be the only one that doesn't have a monarchy.
Huh.
I can't think of a monarchy on this side of the world. Interesting. Perhaps I'm wrong though, so let me know out there. One of those Caribbean islands could have one, and I don't know. But anyway, second to last topic. The last topic is really going to be a lot of fun this week, I think. And I also have one for me and Katie for next week, too, which I'm excited about. But anyway, Ellen Degeneres. Now, we haven't talked to her at all on this show, and there's been a lot of controversy involving her over the last couple of years. And we're going to unpack a little bit of that today, just because she did make the news earlier this week, where she essentially walked off the stage and said she's done. She just in the middle of a show. It says she's canceled. Ellen DeGeneres has canceled shows around the country. After my Netflix special, I'm done. She is quoted as saying. She canceled a number of her upcoming tour stops a week after telling audience members she was done with being in the public eye. 2 years after her afternoon talk show was canceled when staffers alleged toxic behavior on set.
Yep.
She unexpectedly canceled 4 shows in Chicago, San Francisco, Seattle, and Dallas after telling a stand-up audience last week that, quote, "This is the last time you're going to see me," unquote. She launched her current tour, which is called Ellen's Last Stand Up, in April. Her first slate of live performances since 2019, according to Concert Archives. And she plans to do a Netflix comedy in the coming months. Now, you guys might remember, let me see here. Where is it? You might remember the circumstances that left her kind of canceled in a way.
I just always heard she was a bitch, and she was always like, I never liked her show. She always seemed like really stiff, and she has a weird look in her eyes.
I always thought, like, and clearly, like, I must have been wrong, but I always thought she was super down to earth, nice, and charitable. Like, all the stuff that she gave away, and, it just...
See, I don't know about any of that. I just remember, like, seeing her on TV, because I would, like, people you like would go on her show and shit, and I'd watch them, and I just remember looking at her and being like, she looks like a fucking psychopath.
Right.
Just remember,
anyway,
like, looking at her, it was just like, what the hell?
So in 2020, this all started because of a BuzzFeed published report in which employees of the Ellen DeGeneres show accused the host of a toxic workplace behavior. They said they were fired after taking time off for family funerals, that DeGeneres made inappropriate comments about race, and that entry-level employees were told to not speak to the host if they saw her around the office. After the report, public scrutiny of DeGeneres intensified, and audience members started pointing out moments the host didn't personally live up to her quote-unquote "be kind" slogan. And now viral moments like when she pressured Mariah Carey into announcing her pregnancy on the show, and Dakota Johnson called DeGeneres out for a lie that she told on air as well back then. People who've interacted with DeGeneres in real life started sharing unflattering stories online, and Variety published a report that accused the host essentially abandoning her crew members after the COVID-19 pandemic hit. Her show ended in 2022 as a result of all of this innuendo, which, again, that's all it is. It's a he said, she said stuff, and everybody can believe in whatever they want, but shows don't get canceled typically for innuendo. Now, what we hear on the outside is the innuendo and the speculation and all that, but really popular shows don't get canceled for innuendo. So that leads me to believe there's a little bit more concrete stuff there than just rumors. What say you?
I mean, I already said I always thought she looked like a psychopath, but I don't know. I want to love Ellen, because I'm an ally, and I always thought she was funny. Funny. God, we're back to Britain.
And she's also from East Texas. I'm not sure if you knew that.
Yeah, I did. I've always wanted to be about her, and like there was, when Ellen was like really Ellen, like her show. Like, I would sit and try to watch it. And I'm just like, this bitch looks crazy. Like, I don't know. She always seemed like really fake. Like, really, here's my camera side, and like you turn around and
Yeah.
I always thought,
See,
like when
it's
I was
funny.
young.
You say that now, and I see that, right? Like, I can see and remember. Like, I've seen a lot of Ellen shows in my life. Like, I used to watch quite a
Yeah.
bit. And so I can see that now, kind of looking back at it. There was kind of that veneer that she might have had on. But
Yeah.
when you're in the moment of it, she always seemed so kind. Like, and that's the thing. Like,
I remember like kind of liking her at one point, and then I don't know what did it, because I've tried to watch and I did enjoy certain things, you know, and shit like that. But at some point, I just got to where I was like,
yeah.
I don't know about you, you know, kind
And
of thing.
I'm not a huge fan of like comedy within in shows like that. Anyway, I'm a big talk show fan. I love
Yeah.
talk shows, but like I feel like and maybe not just Ellen. I know Ellen did this, but I feel like a lot of what you see on these talk shows is just entertainment as well. You know, like
Yeah.
they're almost doing a script and a skit while they're out there instead of an actual
Yeah.
interview. And so, like, I like the actual interview. I want to hear stuff. Like, if you're bringing Selena Gomez on your show, by God, ask her something I care about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just the interviewer in me.
I feel that though.
All right, we have gotten to the weird but true news.
Which ones are we doing?
I don't know yet. I'm just gonna kind of look and see what happens, and then yeah, let's see here. There
Sorry.
we go. Very
That
first
shit's
one. The first one we're going to talk about this week is this was published on July 15th, and the headline says, "I'm a bridesmaid. My friend is demanding I take out a $20,000 loan to be in her wedding." So let's try to unpack this. The bridesmaid might find herself alone at the altar. You see what they did there? Bridezillas with champagne tastes can often be inconsiderate of their bridesmaids' beer budgets. But this foul fiance seems to take the cake, demanding that her gal pals take out $20,000 loans to participate in her posh pre-wedding escapades. Here's the deal. My wedding is in January 2025 at the fabulous Cipriani in Miami, and I have some expectations that you all must meet, read the alleged bridesmaid bulletin. The text message screenshots of the unnamed nearly weds controversial command shared via TikTok user Mookie Dookie Dog has garnered over 4.4 million clicks on TikTok. The posts have, too, amassed mass skepticism from viewers doubting the validity of such outrageous requests. The bride-to-be said, "These are non-negotiable, so get ready to step up your game." Which is continued the missive, which outlined the bossy bride's ritzy requirements, including a $700 dress fitting in New York City, $1,200 beauty treatments, a $500 spa weekend in the Berkshires, and $1,000 for miscellaneous primping and partying during the week of her I-do's. And yet here I am down here in East Texas planning out my next trip because I need to make sure I have $15 in gas.
I feel that. Okay, first of all, I'm about to get married, and it's gonna be a big wedding. Okay, it just is. We got a lot of fucking people. I have a lot of family, and we have a lot of fucking friends. It's just gonna be a huge wedding. I'm literally like, yeah, whatever you want to do.
So wait, you're telling me I don't have to take out a loan to come to your wedding, Katie?
Okay, no, but also, why did she say 20,000? Like that's
Look,
like 3,000.
it's like a GoFundMe, right? It's just a GoFundMe. You just go above and beyond. You know what I mean? That way, if we have a little bit extra, we can buy some strippers or something, right? I love the weird but true news.
I do too.
Oh
Look,
God.
she quoted, remember this is my big day, and I expect nothing less than perfection. affection.
Oh, that's great. All right.
Fucking man.
The reasons, okay, we're going to talk about the reasons why almost half of Americans prefer to watch TV with their dogs. We're going to talk about this, Katie. This is important stuff you're getting here on the Chris and Katie Show. You are welcome. You are welcome for this. Now, based on a new study, 43% of all Americans would rather watch a movie with their dog than with their partner.
Oh, I can't agree on that. But continue.
So the question is Jackson home right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why she doesn't agree. See, if he was up somewhere, she would be like, yo, yeah, that's right, me and Ozzy, bro.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Just like how Ozzy sleeps on his pillow like a whole human when Jackson's not here. But it's filling the void. And I love my little boy and all, but, you know.
Now, according to the poll of 2,000 U.S. dog owners, those in a relationship said their dogs are better movie companions because they don't interrupt. 44% said that. They don't ask questions. 42% said that. And they are better cuddlers. 35% said that.
The only thing I will say is that it's okay for Ozzy to fall asleep, but Jackson, I straight up like punch him. I'm like, wake the fuck up. Wake up. That's the only thing I will say is he falls asleep, and that's not okay. Ozzy can sleep, but
that's just the thing. So you're just mad that he fell asleep. Now you wouldn't be mad if Ozzy fell asleep during the show. This is an unfair polling system. I feel this is slanted away.
I'm a sleepy baby.
Oh my God. So commissioned by the makers of Akana pet food and conducted by Talker Research, the study found that 95% of them watch movies and shows with their dogs at home, and 63% said they do it on a frequent basis. Now, most of them, 93% of them, said their dogs are able to pay attention to the screen. And a third of them say they prefer classic TV shows and classic movies. So even our furry best friends can't get enough of the classics.
Me and Jackson, I don't remember what it's called, but it's some like National Geographic shit on Netflix. Ozzy, it's not a recliner, but it's like a chair like that, and it's got a stool, and he'll sit right there, and he'll just curl up and then Beetle will be laying down, and you'll see her ears twitching around, her listening to shit.
So what's their favorite shows? What's Ozzy and the other dog's favorite shows?
Ozzy fucking sleeps 24/7, but Beetle, she likes everything. There's any weird noise, any noise that'll catch her ear, which is everything. She's like, she's on crack. She's actually on crack.
Oh my God. All right. Third one. We do 3 of these every week. Let me see. Katie, why don't you pick one?
It's not what I wanted to pick, but we can't talk about it.
Oh no.
Oh my God. The one, it's the second from the top. It's Under the Bridesmaid.
Fuck it. Let's do it. Go ahead.
I don't know. I'll make too many jokes. Probably ones that I don't need to be making.
Don't make me start reading. I'll do it.
Oh, hey. Okay. I like this one. Just as good. This strip club has a UFO on its roof. Here's the bizarre reason why it's up there.
Can't wait to hear this. Let's go. Why is it up there, Katie?
Talk about a close encounter. It said that. That wasn't me. Okay. One strip club in Florida is out of this world, and we're not talking about the dancers either. I hate this fucking shit.
She don't like the puns. The puns are great.
It fell a little flat. That one fell a little flat. Anyway, it's the 2001 Odyssey in Tampa, and they have become a big roadside attraction with the UFO, complete with colorful lights at night sitting atop the building. I love how they just have a picture of an ass, and it's fucking
Right? It's like, here's a picture of the building.
Article.
Here's a picture of some ass, so that way you know
Here's
what's
a
happening
stripper.
inside. Here's the outside. Here's the
stripper in
inside.
The stripper in her fishnets.
The outside and the inside. I love it. All right. GG. Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
Oh.
So the story of the elaborate piece on top of the rooftop dates back to 1969, the same year Apollo 11 left for the moon, when a Finnish designer introduced the idea of interstellar 500 square foot modular homes designed to evoke an alien craft. Alien craft. Okay. This
great.
came with a deployable door hatch, porthole like windows. Oh,
I need one of these houses, man. This is dope. I can't understand how this.
deployable door hatch.
I can't understand how this didn't take off, Katie. Get it? Get it?
You know,
Take
over
off.
here,
Get it? Take
you
off.
see some like the dome houses. I think
Yeah.
them bitches are cool as hell.
Yeah.
I live in a bubble. Hell yeah.
Like those old wizard towers, right? The ones that were like circular.
Yeah.
Circular. Yeah. So
Or
yeah.
like the ones that are like a roof that goes to the ground, like these ones.
Mhm.
I like them bitches too.
So for those of you, you guys may have seen this actual building too, because it has been featured both in the film The Punisher and in the skater video game Tony Hawk's Underground. It has been featured in both of
I
those.
just skipped right over that because I didn't know that shit.
I don't know. That's why there's two of us here. That way, if one skips something, the other will catch it if we're not sleeping.
I was like, I don't even know what the fuck that is. I ain't reading that.
All right, so last topic. This is our main event topic for the week, and this literally came on. I had this idea, I forget who it was that I was interviewing. We were talking about weird laws, and I was like, "Oh my god, that would be perfect for a main event for me and Katie." All right, so this week our main event topic is, once again, we're going to talk about wacky laws, just strange laws. This is according to forestgrove.pgusd.org. So if one of these or something is not accurate, blame them. I am just going by them, not me, okay? I'm not fitting to do like 45 minutes of research for each one of these. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to talk about it and then move on to the next. And we're going to try to do one for each state. So this is going to be kind of like rapid fire. So we will start in alphabetical order. We're in Alabama, where it is illegal to chain your alligator to a fire hydrant.
I said this a while ago. There's like 3 of these states with this same fucking law.
So apparently you cannot do that to any alligator. I don't know why you would want to or why it's a law, but if you know out there you happen to be in one of the states that outlaws this, let us know. We'd like to know.
Notable mention real quick. And you gotta know, all these laws that are fucking stupid is because somebody fucking did it, okay? It is legal for a driver to be blindfolded while operating a vehicle.
It is true. In Alaska, it is illegal to whisper in someone's ear while they are moose hunting.
I saw that and I fucking loved it. I loved it.
Yeah.
I like the kangaroos are not allowed in barber shops at any time.
Yeah, that's also in Alaska. No kangaroos in the barbershops in Alaska. Not at any time. Not noon, not morning, not night. But like I picture this like somebody just, lining up their shot, Oh yeah. Oh god, that's a 14-point moose bull. And then I'm over here going, what you looking at? What you looking at? And then like the 5-0 comes and gets me. I saw you whisper to that man. Let him take the shot. All right, in Arizona, donkeys are not allowed to sleep in bathtubs.
There's a lot of things you can't put in bathtubs in all these states, too. There's a lot of bathtubs things. Don't put shit in your fucking bathtub.
I'm just going to say that I love Katie so much. She literally read every single one of these. So, like, she's doing, like, so much more research than me. Like, I'm going through this completely... Yeah, I'm just like, you know what? I don't care. I'll read them as we go and just we'll conversate that way. So in Arkansas, Arkansas must be pronounced Arkansas. That is on the books. You can't say Arkansas or Arkansas, or it has to be Arkansas. And it is also illegal. It is, again, with the alligators, they cannot be kept in bathtubs. Now, you can apparently chain them to the fire hydrant in Alabama or in Arkansas, but you just can't have them in the bathtub, right? So, Arizona, if you are a bathtub, you have like bathtub kinks with animals, just write these down. Arkansas, no bueno alligator. Arizona, no bueno donkey, all right? So if you want to have an alligator in your bathtub, go to Arizona. If you want to have a donkey in your bathtub, go to Arkansas. Right?
Yeah.
I think we got this. In California, it's against regulations to let your phone ring more than 9 times in state offices.
My favorite was it's illegal to set a mouse trap without a hunting license.
Oh, and women in the state of California cannot drive while they are wearing a house coat.
I'm glad I don't live in California.
Oh, man, the things I see at Walmart, that wouldn't happen in California, right? In Colorado, it is illegal to mistreat rats, but only in Denver. So if you want to mistreat a rat, you have to transport it out of Denver, and then the mistreatment can begin.
Oh my god. Hold on. I guess I didn't read. Oh no, I read that one. Car dealers may not show cars on Sunday.
That's
Bitch.
true.
It's a law.
In Sterling, Colorado, cats cannot run loose unless they've been fit with a tail light.
I forgot about that one.
Oh my gosh. So in Connecticut, a pickle is not considered a pickle unless it bounces.
You may not educate dogs.
Oh my god. Yeah, it says you may not
dude.
educate dogs. It does say that. In Devon or Devon, Connecticut, you cannot walk backwards after sunset. It is unlawful to do so.
It is against the law to eat in your fucking car. In Bloomfield.
So you know that somebody had to have done that shit, right? Like somebody had to have done it.
Not in Connecticut, I haven't.
I feel like this is a really good law and also a good concept. In Delaware, it is illegal in Delaware to get married on a dare.
I love it.
I dare you to marry her. Oh, hold my beer.
What?
In the District of Columbia, it is illegal to, the U.S. government there says it's a crime to give a false weather report. So, to that guy that keeps telling me it's raining when it's not, I'm coming after you, bro.
In Washington, D.C., it is illegal to post a notice in public which calls another person a coward for refusing to accept a challenge to duel.
Wow. I can't tell you how many times that happens to me on Call of Duty. Anyway, in Florida, it is failure to tell your neighbor that their house is on fire. That is illegal in Florida. So if you see your neighbor's house and it is fully engulfed and you don't tell your neighbor that the house is fully engulfed, you're in trouble.
Dude. Okay. And again, if this is a law, somebody fucking did it, okay? If an elephant is left tied to a parking meter, the parking fee has to be paid just as it was for a vehicle. Holy shit.
Exactly.
I'm so worried about the fee for parking my fucking elephant.
That's exactly what it says, too. Oh, God damn it, where did I park Huey? God damn, I don't remember. Oh, Lord. In the state of Georgia, ladies and gentlemen, it is illegal to use profanity in the presence of a corpse.
I thought that was fucking funny. I said, I'm fucked. I told Jackson that. I said, I'm fucked. Dude, hold on. In Ackworth, I think, all citizens must own a rake.
I love the usage of the word must. Like, it's such an aggressive word. All and must, right? Those are the freaking alpha words in that sentence. All citizens must own a rake.
In Quitman, it's illegal for a chicken to cross the road.
Oh, man, we're never going to know then.
And illegal to say, oh boy, in Jonesboro.
So in the state of Hawaii, it is not allowed for coins to be placed in one's ears. So that magic trick has sailed. Like, we can't do that no more.
All residents can be fined if you don't have a boat.
Yeah, you can. If you don't own a boat in Hawaii, you can be fined. Yep. In Idaho, if you're 88 years of age or older in the city of Idaho Falls, it is illegal for you to ride your own motorcycle.
In Boise, residents may not
Boise,
fish.
it's Boise.
Boise. I knew that. I was like, I watched this piercer that's from there. I don't think that's how you say that on YouTube. Anyway, residents may not fish from a giraffe's back. Again, if it's a law,
somebody did it. Somebody did it. Yeah, so somebody did that to probably reach a pond or something like that. Like, yeah, I could see it.
Because we just got giraffes in Idaho.
So in the city of Chicago, which is located in Illinois, it is illegal to take a French poodle to the opera. Only a French poodle, apparently. So, like, you can take your Yorkie or your Great Dane. Like, Ozzy could go to the opera. There we go. It's also
law.
Go ahead.
In Illinois, mandates that all bachelors should be called master, not Mr. when addressed by their female counterparts. That's fucking weird.
That's not happening.
I don't like that. Fuck that.
So according to state law in Illinois, it is illegal to speak English. The officially recognized language in Illinois is, quote unquote, American. Oh, man.
Stop it.
So in the state of Indiana, all males between the ages of 18 and 50 must work at least 6 days every single year on public roads.
Okay, I don't know if this is a law, but back in 1924, a monkey was convicted in South Bend of the crime of smoking a cigarette and sentenced to pay a $25 fine and the trial costs.
That's amazing. Which is, and then right below that is South Bend. It is illegal to make a monkey smoke a cigarette. That's freaking great, bro. That's great.
I saw the word monkey and I was like, fuck, what's that one?
Oh my God. Okay, moving on to Iowa. So a man with a mustache cannot, absolutely, under any circumstances, kiss a woman in public.
May never is what it says. May never.
May never. And horses are absolutely forbidden to eat fire hydrants in the town of Marshalltown, Iowa. So you know that happened at some point. Like, the horses were just chewing down on it. So in Ottumwa, Iowa, it is unlawful for any male person within the corporate limits of that city to wink at any female person with whom he is unacquainted. So if you don't know her, don't wink at her, my brother. Don't you do it. Look at all the laws Katie is breaking right there.
I look like I'm having a stroke.
So in the state of Kansas, it is illegal to catch bullfrogs in a tomato patch. You can absolutely, also, you cannot, under any circumstances, are you allowed to hunt whales in Kansas.
Or put ice cream on a cherry pie.
Look, I don't care how many giraffe necks you stand on. You are not going to kill a whale in Kansas, okay? It's not fucking happening. There is no ocean there. So in Kentucky, and this is very important for folks in Kentucky, that you understand this. All of your neighbors will be very happy for you to know this. Every citizen in Kentucky is required to take a shower once a year. Once a year.
That means they had to tell somebody to do that fucking shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody wasn't showering and they were like, okay, we're just going to have to add this shit in on the next town hall.
In Owensboro, a woman may not buy a hat without her husband's permission. What the fuck with all these fucking weird ass laws? Master, let me buy a hat. Fuck y'all.
I know. I'm telling you, it's sad. Hopefully we won't go back to that at any point. But anyway, in Louisiana, it is illegal to gargle in public places.
I can get down with that.
And also, if you are at a wake, you are not allowed to have more than 3 sandwiches. So don't even think. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So don't even think you can just go to some random funeral and just eat your heart out, because it's not happening. Not at all.
You can
Only
eat
3.
the corpse's heart out, but
and
anyway.
Just remember, like, when you get kicked out of there, you're not allowed to cuss either. So just remember.
Also in New Orleans, you're not allowed to tie an alligator to a fire hydrant.
Yeah, I need to hear the story behind that, for sure.
It's like in every fucking state. I told him this, like when we started, I said, all these fucking fire hydrants and all these bathtubs. What the fuck?
It is also illegal for a woman to drive a car in Louisiana unless her husband is standing in front of it holding a flag. Oh, man.
An old ordinance declares goatees illegal unless you first pay a special license fee for the privilege of wearing one in public.
Seems legit to me. All right, let's move on to Maine. So in Waterville, Maine, it is illegal to blow your nose in public.
I like that. It's unlawful to tickle a woman's chin with a feather duster.
And you know, this happened. Somebody did this shit. You know, if we just had a law for this, then Victoria would stop that shit.
But hey, only in Portland. I'll see you on the train, baby.
And only with a feather duster. Like, you can use your fingers. That's fine. Oh my gosh! In Maryland, you cannot throw bale out of. You cannot throw a bale of hay out of your second-story window in Annapolis.
In Baltimore, it's illegal to mistreat oysters.
Oh, just don't tickle them under the chin with a feather duster. Oh my God!
It is also illegal in Baltimore to wash or scrub sinks, no matter how dirty they get.
Oh, this is great. This is great. Massachusetts.
It is illegal to take a lion to the movies.
Of course it is. Somebody had to do it, bro. Yo, in Massachusetts, it's illegal to frighten a pigeon. Which means I am a lawbreaker, because I have done that a lot in Massachusetts.
It is illegal to take a bath unless instructed to do so by a physician.
Yep. It's also illegal to keep a mule on the second floor of a building in a city in Massachusetts, unless there are 2 exits. How specific is that one, right?
No gorilla is allowed in the back seat of any car.
Only in the front seat, where it's much safer.
All families must be given a hog from the town's mayor of Newton.
I've been to Newton. Newton is where the Fig Newton was. The fig bars were.
Is that true? Is
Fig
that
Newtons, yeah, Fig Newtons. That's
no,
where
I'm
they
saying
got
the
name.
hogs, bruh.
It is. It's true. Yep, it is true. God damn it, it is. In Minnesota, all bathtubs must have feet. Very important.
I like that these cheap bitches can't cheap out.
And it is also
Give me
illegal
that
to.
expensive bathtub.
It's also illegal to tease a skunk in Minnesota. You gotta take it over state lines first.
Here's some more weird shit. Michigan. It says Michigan under Minnesota for some reason, but it's still funny, and I'm saying it. It states that a wife's hair legally belongs to her husband, and that's fucking.
Oh yeah, see, they have Michigan and Minnesota listed here under the same one. Okay, so we did get both. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, so Michigan's illegal to sleep in a bathtub. It's also a woman is not allowed to cut her own hair without her husband's permission in Michigan. Again, see these antiquated.
Weirdos.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Back in the
It's
day,
illegal to sleep in a bathtub.
back in the day, women were essentially property, dude. It was bad. Like these are
I know.
some of these laws are not as bad as they used to be. Believe it.
Hamburgers can't be eaten on Sundays.
That's in Minnesota. Can't do that in Minnesota. Just remember that. Now in Mississippi, it is illegal, absolutely illegal, to drive around the town square more than 100 times in a single session. So if you're just wanting to drive around the town square for 98 times, you have to take a break, get out, stretch your legs, go in, have a drink or something like that. Then you can go back out and start again because it is a
Fuck
separate
yeah.
session.
You also can't walk a dog without a diaper on.
And the last one from Mississippi is in Tylertown. It is unlawful to shave in the center of Main Street.
Probably a good idea.
Somebody did that.
I hope we were shaving our face or our
I hope,
legs.
God dang it, I hope so too. In Missouri, this is a very, very, very important law that we must all follow. In the state of Missouri, 4 women may not rent an apartment together. 3, completely okay. 5, probably fine. 4, absolutely
I saw
not.
that. Fucking weirdos. Also, it's not illegal to speed. I saw that shit and I said, man, I'm going to be fucking flying in Missouri if I ever drive through there.
That's interesting. I wonder how they get around that one. I'll have to look that one up.
I was like, shit.
In Purdy,
Also,
Missouri.
dancing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Dancing is strictly prohibited.
Yeah. Cannot dance in Purdy, Missouri. In Montana, it is a felony for a wife to open her husband's mail.
Also, balls can't be thrown within the city limits.
No balls. Don't be throwing balls in Montana's cities now, y'all. In Nebraska, a man is not allowed to run around with a shaved chest.
He's too nude.
I just love the way that is said, to run around, right? Like, you're not allowed to run around with a shaved chest. And in Lehigh... Go ahead.
Shit, me and you both. In Waterloo, barbers are forbidden from eating onions between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. So you gotta eat them like late night snack or early morning breakfast.
And that's just because they don't want probably people smelling that shit, right? Because those are probably the hours that a barber would be in business, right? In the state of Nevada, in Las Vegas, it's against the law to pawn your own dentures.
It's also illegal to drive a camel on the highway.
Fair point. I mean,
somebody did it.
Somebody's still doing it. I assure you. This is Vegas. Anyway, in New Hampshire, if a person is caught raking the beaches, picking up litter, hauling away trash, building a bench for the park, or many other kind things without a permit, he or she may be fined $150 for, quote, maintaining the national forest without a permit, unquote.
You'll love this fucking next one. The law forbids you to tap your feet, nod your head, or in any way keep time to the music in a tavern, restaurant, or cafe.
Fucking good old New Hampshire, bro.
No, what?
Oh, my God. In New Jersey, automobiles are not to pass horse-drawn carriages on the street, which seems like not a wacky law to me. That seems legit to me. However,
you may not dance or wear shorts on the main avenue. What?
That makes sense. It is also illegal to delay or detain a homing pigeon in New Jersey. Also, you're not allowed to frown at a police officer. What was yours?
It's illegal to slurp soup.
Oh, in Las Cruces, New Mexico, you may not carry a lunchbox down Main Street.
Oh my god.
All right.
So it's illegal for cab drivers to reach out and pull potential customers into their cabs. I fucking hope so. That's
Yeah,
kidnapping.
that's called kidnapping. Anyway, in New York, so donkeys are not, again, not allowed to sleep in bathtubs in New York. And during a concert, it is illegal to eat peanuts and walk backwards on the sidewalks during a concert.
You can get a $25 fine for flirting.
Ooh. Wow.
I'm
Sexual
on that.
harassment's only a $25 fine, huh?
Stop.
North Carolina, elephants may not be used to plow cotton fields. That's because they're too busy being tied up to a hydrant somewhere, right?
You may not ride a bicycle without having both your hands on the handlebars. Thanks, Mom.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you didn't grow up in North Carolina, so she probably thought it was completely okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, so in
Don't
North
talk about my mom
Dakota,
like that.
in North Dakota, North Dakota is illegal to lie down and fall asleep with your shoes on. What do you mean,
It is
bro?
illegal. It is illegal to keep an elk in a sandbox in your backyard.
Somebody did it. Somebody did it. In Ohio, it is legal to throw a snake at someone, but it is illegal to shake a snake at someone.
You may not run out of gas. We're fucked.
Oh my God. It does say that you may not run out of gas. And
Yep.
no one is allowed to be arrested on a Sunday or on the 4th of July in Ohio.
Your goose may not parade.
Your goose may not be paraded down Main Street. Oh my gosh. In Oklahoma, it's against the law to read a comic book while you're operating a motor vehicle. Apparently all other books are completely fine.
Tattoos are just fucking banned.
Yeah, tattoos are banned in Oklahoma, and tissues are not to be found in the back of one's car either. So if you're crying about the tattoo ban,
It won't tolerate anyone taking a bite out of another one's hamburger.
good.
Fuck
It's
it.
about time. It's about time. Damn cartoons led to this, Katie, like we said earlier. In Oregon, dishes must drip dry.
Women may not wrestle in Salem.
Oh, Salem,
And people
Oregon.
may not whistle underwater. Okay.
Well, I would freaking hope so. In Pennsylvania, it is illegal to sleep on top of a refrigerator outdoors.
Hold on. All
Uh-oh.
fire hydrants must be checked 1 hour before all fire.
In Morrisville, Pennsylvania, it is required that a woman have a permit to wear cosmetics.
Bitch, okay. In Philadelphia, you can't put pretzels in bags.
That's true. Now, let's move on to Rhode Island. In Providence, Rhode Island, it is illegal to sell toothpaste and a toothbrush to the same customer on a Sunday.
It is considered an offense to throw pickle juice on a trolley.
Absolutely. Absolutely it is. That's dangerous. In South Carolina, in Fountain Inn, South Carolina, horses are to wear pants at all times.
Also, horses can't be kept in bathtubs.
And it's because they have to wear pants at all times.
More fucking bathtubs.
It is also illegal in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, to shine a flashlight on a sea turtle. So you guys that are doing that out there, stop it now!
Fuck off.
In South
Eating
Dakota...
watermelons. Hold on. Eating watermelons in the Magnolia Street Cemetery is forbidden.
They're having a seed problem. There's just watermelons growing everywhere. We can't have dead people under watermelon plants. All right. In South Dakota, it is illegal to lie down and fall asleep in a cheese factory. Oh, man. We got a couple states
love
left. Go ahead.
I just said I love it. That's the only fucking one is a fucking cheese factory.
Yeah, South Dakota's not whacked at all other than that, right? In Tennessee, driving is not to be done while asleep.
It is illegal in Dyersburg for a woman to call a man for a date.
Ooh.
Fucking sexist motherfuckers. It is illegal for frogs to croak after 11 p.m.
That's right. It's also illegal to catch a fish with a lasso in Tennessee. I wonder how many fish had to complain before that one got on the books. We have arrived to Texas, Katie.
We sure have.
It is illegal in Texas. Go ahead.
To milk another's cow.
That's what I was going to say. There is an old law in Texas that states you are unable to tuck your pants into one boot unless you own 10 or more cattle.
You can be legally married by publicly introducing a person as your husband or wife 3 times.
Let's go! I have to keep that in mind.
Fuck yeah. All these people go, wifey, hubby. Here you are. Married.
In the state of Utah, it is illegal not to drink milk. So if you lactose... Birds have the right of way, yes, on all highways.
On all highways.
Ouch. So in Utah, it is completely legal to fish off the back of a giraffe. However, it is illegal to fish from horseback. They're not forward thinking like the other state that was like, no giraffes, by God.
In Salt Lake City, no one may walk down the street carrying a paper bag containing a violin.
Yeah. Plastic is what they want. Plastic. In Virginia, children are not to go trick-or-treating on Halloween.
No one may wash a mule on the sidewalk in Culpeper.
Yep. Them poor Culpeperians. Culpeperians. I don't know. So it is illegal in Richmond, Virginia, to flip a coin in a restaurant to see who pays for coffee.
That's the one I was going to say. It is illegal to imitate a police whistle in Christiansburg.
We got 4 states left in the state of Washington. All lollipops are banned. Not allowed to have them.
In Wilbur, you may not ride an ugly horse.
It does not. They do not allow fake wrestling either. Golly, no fake wrestling.
And in the state of Washington, it's illegal to catch a fish by throwing a rock at it.
Yep. Guys, we're trying to save you guys some trouble out there. And just, you guys are welcome. All the money you guys save on fines, you know what to do with it. Buy merch. In West Virginia, it is illegal to snooze on a train.
It is unlawful for chickens to lay. Yeah, we can't lay eggs. Chickens can't lay eggs before 8 a.m. and after 4 p.m.
Wow, those chickens, man, they got to be careful. They do. Now in Wisconsin,
hold on. No children may attend school with their breath smelling of wild onions.
I love how wild onions is in quotations there too, like wild onions. Like we don't want none of them. The domesticated onions are completely fine for this law. Don't worry about it. Like I can prove that my onions are doing housework. They're completely domesticated. Oh my gosh! In Wisconsin, it is illegal to cut a woman's hair or to kiss on a train.
At one time, margarine was illegal.
Yeah, not anymore though. Did you know? Go ahead.
Did you see it? Did you see that one? Cheese making requires a cheesemaker's license. Limburger cheese making requires a master cheese maker's license. That was a mouthful, but that's funny.
Oh my god! Hey, my name is Chris. I'm a master cheesemaker over here. If you need some Limburg made up, just let me know. I got your back. Oh my gosh! In Wisconsin, you are 100% allowed to marry your house. Yep, it's true. We are on the last law, or the last state rather. That is the state of Wyoming, where you are not, if you are living in Cheyenne, you are not allowed to take showers on Wednesday.
That's fucking weird. You may not take a picture of a rabbit during the month of June.
That's right. You're either going to have to take the rabbit outside of the state or wait until July.
What the fuck? In Wyoming, it's illegal to tattoo a horse with the intent of making it unrecognizable to its owner.
Okay, look,
What?
I've seen Yellowstone. I could see that happening. I could see people trying to do that, to try to steal possession of a horse. I get it. I understand.
What the? What is wrong with people?
Oh, that is strange but true laws across the country. All of those apparently are real things, and you can look them up at dumblaws.com, which is one of the resources that the website was using, that we were using. Their resources at the bottom of the page are www.board.com/crazylaws or www.dumblaws.com. And this was this page that we took this from was published in 2011, so that was 13 years ago. So maybe some of these are not around anymore.
I bet you there's some more dipshit ones.
Oh, I'm sure there are, and we will definitely come back to this subject in the future. I have some ideas for some things. Like next week, our main event topic is going to be Australian slang. And so what we're going to do, and Katie, you have to promise me that you will not research this, okay? Because what we're going to do is I'm going to give you an Australian slang, and then you're going to try to tell me what you think it means.
Can I pick a language and do it back with you?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. How about you do British slang and I'll do Australian slang?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, and then so you can test me and I'll test you, and that'll be fun. Sound good?
Hell yeah.
So that's what we're going to do next week, and we're going to have a guest, a featured guest next week as well. For the first time ever, we will have my friend CoolMe666 on the show. He's going to be our guest host, not for this episode that we're in right now, but the next one. And then I wanted to talk about possibly doing one with Toby. Because
Let's do it.
Toby wants to review the new Eminem album.
I have not listened to it yet, but I have it on my to-do list, but I'm down.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe not next week, but the week after or the week after that, we could have Toby on, maybe just even for that subject. Like, we do the rest of it ourselves, and then he can pop on just to help us review. Because he loves Eminem, and I know I don't know as much about rap and hip-hop as he does, so I think that could be fun.
I've always really liked Eminem since I was like young and shouldn't have been listening to Eminem.
Same here. So, how or what do you have coming up for the next week or so, Katie?
Oh, well, I'm going to a wedding this weekend.
Nice.
I'm also going to be doing. I'm also going to be doing. I'm doing somebody's wedding makeup, so I'm going to go over to her house and we're going to do some stuff, fuck around with some shit. So
you're planning on getting married in October, right? We're going to have to do some filming for that, I think, right? For the show. We have to do something. Do something special for that. Anyway, guys, if you are listening or watching the show, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or concerns, the email is on your screen right up there. It's thechrisandkatieshow@gmail.com. If you want to add topics to our wheel of games, which eventually we'll pick Katie again to do, if you have top 5 ideas, I definitely need top 5 ideas, not just from people out there, but Katie, if you have any ideas for top 5.
Absolutely.
Because I think top 5 is always fun. Number 1, we're giving our opinions, but also it's very clickable. So I think if we can come up with more ideas for that. But yeah, I'm excited about this. Always fun to talk to you every single Monday. And this was episode 11. And yeah, follow along with everything we have going on. All of our social media will be down there in the description below. We have merch links down there for both Katie herself and for the show. And shoot, I have merch as well. I always forget to add that.
I have to say.
Yeah, I also have merch. So yeah, so check all of that out down there in the description. But really, honestly, the best way that you guys can support what we do is simply by sharing what we do. Just share it. Don't even say anything. Just share it. Let people know that we exist. That's how we're gonna grow, and we'll catch you down the road.
Way down under.